Liverpool nil, Arsenal nil. Yes, people, why football here? I can't believe it. Arsenal managed to get a point at Anfield. The impossible task, even being down to 10 men after 24 minutes. As always, if you're new around here, if you enjoy Arsenal content, if you enjoy football content, do me a favour, please subscribe on my road to 700 and drop a like down below so this video gets out to more people. And leave in the comment sections down below your thoughts of this game, because although there weren't a lot of shots, there was action, and it was a hell of a game from Arsenal's point of view. To snatch a draw, man, there's a lot to talk about, as always, starting with the timeline of the game, what happened in case any of you lot missed it or just want to go over it again. To be honest, apart after the red card, it was attack versus defence. Before the red card, both teams were playing well. Liverpool definitely started stronger and kind of went on an avalanche at us. Completely dominated us. We looked like we lost the footing. We looked shell-shocked and we were carrying the kind of down momentum from the Forest game. But then we grew into the game and then the red card happened. It's just Granit Xhaka all over. I mean, it tells you all you need to know when you say there's a red card for Arsenal. Who's it going to be? Every single fan, they don't even need to hear who it is. They're going to go, it's Xhaka, it's Xhaka. Because you just know it gets looped over. Henderson, I believe it is, loops are long through ball over, and Jota's through one-on-one basically, and Xhaka just cleans him out. To be fair to him, I don't think he knows Jota's there, but I don't think he really goes for Jota, he goes for the ball. But either way, he cleaned him out. It's a clear cut red card, and that's us down to 10 men after 24 minutes. We're playing over an hour of football with 10 men at Anfield. For me, at that point, the tie was over, and the whole two legs were over. The game was going to be done and dusted tonight. I think it would have been 4 or 5-0. But this just proves that we may be a cup team. Arsenal may be a cup team. Because I have full faith. If this was in the Premier League, we would have folded like a house of cards and we would have lost this game 4-5-0. In the cups, for some reason, we pull victories out the bag. I don't know what it is. We are defo some kind of cup team is looking like. Because I don't know, we summon some inner strength to just not lose this game. Now the downside is, we got run ragged today. At full time, the players were on their knees, on the floor. We've got a game in 3 days in the North London derby against Spurs. We're not going to have a midfielder apart from Lokonga. That's the only senior midfielder. These players have just been run into the ground like Saka came off injured. Can we go another 90 in the North London derby? That's what's going to worry me. But we'll preview that game later. We'll worry about that game later. Right now, we're going to focus on Arsenal snatching a point at Anfield. And deserved point as well, to be fair. After that, Liverpool continued to attack us, but to be fair, they didn't really have a clear-cut chance. Like, they were just shooting around the box and it was going miles over. They didn't even have a shot on target. The one chance they did have came right at the death when Ramsdale decided to just fly out of his box like a pelican and try and clear the ball. It then falls to Minamino on the half bounce and he skies it. It's an open net, basically. Completely misses the target. And if we scored that, it would have been heartbreak. I mean, if Liverpool scored, it would have been heartbreak for this football club, for Arsenal, man. Absolute heartbreak, because we put our heart, blood, sweat and our tears into this football match and deserve to come away with something. In terms of my overall thoughts on the game then, I mean, it's unbelievable. Every single indicator was saying Liverpool would win this match. They fielded the strongest possible team they could. Strongest possible team. All this joke about we don't have enough players, Klopp says. Well, you clearly had enough players, didn't you? Now we're the ones that didn't have any players. Odegaard out, Smith Rowe out. We fielded a bunch of, let's be honest, we fielded the only players we could. Our bench was full of academy players. Cedric came off injured after like 9 minutes. We then had Nketiah taken off as well. We made 2 subs within 30 minutes. Basically, I mean, everything was against us, yet we pulled a result out of the bag, man. It's resilience, it's heartfelt performance from the team. And for me, a performance like this, result aside, just shows the kind of togetherness we have in this squad. This felt like a victory. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a victory and we take a 0-0 back to the Emirates. We play a fresh game, a one-off game at the Emirates. You defo take that, man. At the start of the night, if you ask any Arsenal fan, this game finishes a draw, they'd snap your hand off for that. Especially after seeing the teams. I've seen Liverpool through the Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson, Firmino, etc. You knew that it was going to be a long, long day for Arsenal. Our record at Anfield already is awful. So, to come out with a draw, that's more than good enough. Now we take this to Emirates and we try and seal the deal. And to be fair, we deserve to win after the fiasco we went through with Klopp talking about false positives. And I still don't buy it, man. I still don't buy him talking about, we got 12 false positives. I don't care, man. You finessed your way into missing the game last week so you could play it now with your strong players. And you only managed to draw. Like, it's a shame. You should be ashamed of yourself, Klopp and Liverpool. They postponed the game last week because they had no players to play us now when we're depleted. And we had about 5 players out for COVID, 4 due to AFCON, another 3 probably just tore their hamstring for all I know. Yet they still couldn't get the job done, man. They're coming against Arsenal. We aren't a joke team no more. Like you ain't gonna roll us over every game you play us now, especially in the cup. But yeah, if anything, the only shot on target came from Arsenal, and it was from Tierney, whipped it across the box, and Saka heavy touch, and then tried to get it past Alisson, but couldn't quite. That was our only outlet, man. It was on counters, but we dug in deep and we pressed. We gave up on the press after we lost the ball, but we pressed them in areas, like out wide, doubled up on them. There was a defensive plan. I am convinced, ladies and gents, I am absolutely convinced that we train with 10 men, because we should by now. Because like all these people say, well, Arsenal down to 10 men, Arsenal down to 10 men. We're used to it by now. We might as well just start the game with 10 men. We can't keep 11 players on the pitch for anything, man. We got a better chance of winning the league than keeping 11 players on the pitch, it seems. Any game against a top team, we're down to 10 men. And it's not like we're down to 10 men with 5 minutes left. We're down to 10 men with basically all the game left. So we're the only team that's used to playing with 10 men, it seems like. We just seem to summon our inner resilience. Now, did we look better with 10 men? No, we didn't look better with 10 men. But I think the 10 men helped us in terms of, A, we got Xhaka off the pitch, who was a liability. B, it meant we only had one kind of plan at that point. Once we were down to 10 men, the plan was simple. You shut up shop. You shut up shop and you leave Anfield with a point, with a 0-0. Before 11 men, it's a case you're caught in the middle. Do you go for it? Do you defend? And normally when we're stuck in the middle is when we concede. If you notice, the chances Liverpool had was counterattacks off our chances. That's the only time they had chances. The red card came from us attacking. So with the 10 men, our game plan completely became a case of you just sit back and defend, and that is it. That is it. We became single-minded and Liverpool could not break us down. They could not break us down. They didn't have a shot on target. Yeah, they had all the ball, but what does it matter, man? I could have all the ball I could have all of the football in the world. It doesn't mean anything. I could own a Lamborghini, but if I ain't got a license, it don't mean anything. You know what I mean? So they had all the ball, but they didn't make anything with it. We had the only, apart from the Minamino chance at the end, we had the only good chance of the match with Saka. So at the end of the day, look, Xhaka's going to be missing for 3 or 4 games now. We have to go in the market and get a midfielder for me. But we take this back to the Emirates and we go fresh next Thursday. We're going to have renewed confidence and let's carry this momentum forwards into the North London Derby. We've got 2 massive games of football. Coming up, man. I can't wait. As always, leave in the comment section down below your thoughts of the match as an Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan, or a football neutral. I'm going to get into the player ratings now. Aaron Ramsdale on goal, I'm going to give it 8-2. Didn't have anything to do. His distribution at times was very hit and miss. A couple of times he played absolute worldie of passes. Absolute worldie. He didn't pass short once today. Another time he just kicked it off the pitch. He was looking comfortable, and what he did, he managed the game well. Every time he got the ball, he fell on the floor. Sat on the football, waste a bit more time, take the sting out of Liverpool's momentum. That was smart play from Ramsdale. But then at the end of the game, he turned to a headless chicken, was just punching everything, jumping out the way. I don't know what happened to him towards the end of the match. I'm just happy we came away with a point because he was acting a bit erratic towards the end. Either way, Cedric played for about 7 minutes, so I'll just give him a 4. Didn't really do much. I can't really rate him. Ben White was amazing. I'll give him a 9. Absolutely defended everything. Everything that went in his way, he got rid of. Excellent performance from Ben White. Gabriel next to him, I also give it 8-2. Wasn't as good as Ben White, but still absolutely outstanding. Some key tackles in the box as well. Tierney, left back, outstanding, unbelievable as well. I'll give him an 8. Always flying up, played a worldie of a pass into Saka as well. And he had a lot of defending to do. I'm happy he has the stamina he has. Because let's be honest, Liverpool were in our box every 10 seconds it seemed like. We gave them consent to just run through us, man, and penetrate us. It was not fair at times, yet we stood our ground. Into the midfielders, Lokonga. He looked a bit ropey at the start. He wasn't as good as some of the other players, but he still held his ground and he had a tough job in that midfield on his ones. When Xhaka got sent off, I'll give him an 8 for his determination and grit. Look, he did his job, man, Lokonga. Held his nerve, and that's all I could ask from him. Xhaka, 1. What are you doing making a challenge like that? I don't buy this. Okay, he didn't mean to foul Jota, I get it. But you know Jota's next to you. You can hear another man's footsteps and his presence around you. Why are you flying in with a high foot like that, man? Why? Now, Ramsdale, could he come and got it? Yes. I'm not, but like it's still stupid from Xhaka. You don't see Rodri or Fabinho making those kind of challenges. So why is Xhaka doing that? Almost cost us this football match. Either way, Saka right wing. Look, he was the outlet for us at times. I'll give him an 8. At times he looked amazing dribbling away from Robertson, and then other times he just didn't have that clear cut finish at the end because the chances came through him. But yeah, still he knocked on the door, Saka. Yeah, and then Martinelli. Look, Martinelli was also an outlet. He didn't see the ball as much as Saka, but he was always running. I'll give him an 8 as well. Onto our strikers, Nketiah. He had one chance where he came to the edge of the box and just kind of left it. Other than that, he got subbed off after 24 minutes. So I can only really give him a 5. And then Lacazette, outstanding today. I'll give him an 8. A presence at the top of the pitch, held onto the ball, dribbled with it, did what he could to keep us in this football match, man. So I defo got to give my props to Lacazette. In terms of subs, Chambers, look, he did what he could. He played well. Chambers, I'll give him a 7. He didn't play as long as the other players, but look, it's his first game playing for Arsenal in a while, and he did his job. And then the other sub, Nuno Tavares, barely had any time, so I'll just give him a 6. At the end of the day, we come away with a draw, and I'm so proud of these players, man. I'm so proud. We stuck to it. 10 men for around 76 minutes, if not longer, is not an easy task by any means. But look, we take the point and we move forward in our quest to make the Carabao Cup final and play Chelsea. It becomes a one-off game at the Emirates now. And would I rather a one-off game at the Emirates or a one-off game at Anfield? A one-off game at the Emirates. We've got the crowd on our back, and let's take this team to victory. As always, if you're new around here, if you enjoy Arsenal content, if you enjoy football content, please consider subscribing on my road to 700 and drop a like down below so this video gets out to more people. I've been Football, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.